Look at this magnificent work. Brilliant stuff. Greetings, welcome to another Deckard Games YouTube thing, and today we will be building a Pentium II machine, another retro build because I've been doing a lot of new stuff lately, so it is time to go back. And I say enough with this RGB Christmas lights disco party thing. Enough is enough, and I say the proper answer to RGB is RGBeige. Like Infinity to Zero said on YouTube, please no more RGB, give me a beige case without airflow. And you know, my friend, indeed I will. And so as usual, let's start by looking at some stuff that we are going to be using with the motherboard. This is a Gigabyte P2XBL Revision B1. It is a Slot-1 motherboard from Gigabyte with the epic chipset from Intel, the 440BX on the North Bridge. So yeah, things that I like on this motherboard, of course, you have your RGB slot. It has a dedicated 3-pin header for your graphics card fan. We have 4 32-bit PCIe slots, and we have 3 16-bit ISO slots, which is cool, although in this one you can use either one or the other, not the two at the same time, but well, it is a give or take. CR2032 is new, and we also have, which is a, I don't know, cool feature, our front I/O thing, very nice, labeled and whatnot. So yeah, just a Slot-1 motherboard. As for CPU, we are not trying to build the ultimate Pentium II machine here. This is a Pentium II running at 350 MHz, a modest CPU, but again, not going for the best thing around, because back in the day I jumped the Pentium II era. I went from my Pentium I to a Pentium III running at 666. So yeah, but my cousin had a Pentium II, so yeah, I'm trying to emulate some of that experience. So Pentium II running at 350 MHz. For RAM, we are going to use a single stick of RAM. This is just some RAM running at 133 MHz, 128 megabytes of RAM, which back in the day was pretty sweet. Storage, this is one of the few things that will not be from that era, not in appropriate era hard drive. We are going to use a 400 gigabyte, or a 40 gigabyte IDE hard drive disk from Seagate, because, well, I want to install things and leave it there. I don't want to uninstall stuff to put new stuff in there. So I don't want to run out of space because of reviews and stuff like that. I want a big hard drive because by, I don't know, the end 90s, this was a big hard drive. So yeah, floppy disk drive, a standard 3.5-inch floppy disk drive from Samsung. We also have a 5.25-inch drive. This is a 1.44 megabytes, I believe, from well, I suppose somebody made this from Mitsumi. There we are. Mitsumi Neutronics. We are also going to use a creative 52-speed cd-rom drive because creative, that's a given. We are also going to be able to burn our absolutely legit copies of games and whatnot with another creative CD writer at 8 speed, which is pretty cool. 8 speed write, 4 speed rewrite, and 32 speed read, and it has this blue and orange creative colors that I absolutely love. Let's put this in there. We are also going to use a network adapter from Genius. Believe it or not, this is my first network adapter. I bought a pair of these to connect two PCs together. We are also going to use a Sound Blaster 16 value, I believe. Yeah, model CT2900. Yeah, there we go. It is a Vibra 16S. It is a cool card because, well, it has the Yamaha, I don't know if you can see, the Yamaha chips in there. So we have real OPL capabilities. I don't know if we will upgrade this in the future or not, but for now, it is what it is. And for graphics card, of course, we are going to use a Voodoo 3000 because 3DFX, obviously. And I've slapped a noise blocker fan in there because this crap runs super hot and I don't want it to burn. So yeah, and I don't know, I say it looks cool, and since we have a fan, we can plug it into our dedicated GPU fan header on our motherboard. So yeah. One other thing that is not time appropriate is the power supply that we are going to be using from Seasonic. It is a 600 watt power supply. It has SATA connectors, PCIe and EPS and whatnot, so yeah, whatever. I don't want to use an old power supply. If this is not a AT build, if it was an AT build, I usually use AT power supplies. This is ATX already, so I'm gonna use this from Seasonic Focus, there you are, because, well, it's Seasonic and I don't trust anything else. So yeah, I suppose that's pretty much it. When it comes to hardware, of course, we are going to need a case, but we'll take care of that in a moment. I believe we are ready to put stuff together, so let's take care of that. So we can start by assembling stuff with our CPU. Again, a Slot-1 CPU. Look at that sandwich in there. Back in the day, it was weird to see a slot CPU. I've been messing around with computers since the 386 era or something like that. And well, when I saw this, I thought, but why the crap did Intel do a CPU that looks like a console cartridge? But whatever. So get ready to the most complicated CPU installation ever. Slot-1 or a CPU, and you just align it with the bracket, push it down, this to the sides, and the CPU is installed. This is the quickest CPU installation ever. Since we are here, we can address our RAM. Again, single stick, 128 megabytes of RAM. More than enough for what we want. Again, quick installation. Since we are here, let us plug our CPU fan don't know why I'm routing cables, because cable management will not be a thing in this building, because it's the 90s after all, and yeah, there isn't anything else that we can do at the moment. We need a PC case from that era, and let's put that stuff into the case. So yeah, super fast CPU installation and RAM. And so this is the case that we are going to be using. We already have a floppy disk drive in there. It's probably working. Most of the cases that I buy already come with a floppy disk drive, so whatever. We will check that in a moment. So let's start by putting our motherboard in there. Suppose I need my screwdriver. I'll be right back. So yeah, let's start screwing stuff. Screwing our motherboard in place. So motherboard is secured in place, and since we have our case nice and empty, one thing that I like to do in these old builds is to connect this crap, because well, there's still space in there, so let's take advantage of that. Don't really know why this motherboard has a turbo LED, because well, the LED is in here at the front, but it doesn't have any turbo button, so screw it. Oh, oh, by the way, we have an exhaust fan in here, which doesn't belong in this case, but since it is here, we are going to use it anyway, like so. And I suppose we can place our hard drive in here. Now we gotta put some drives in there. I'm gonna leave the power supply to the end, because well, all the power supply cables plug on this side, so on the edge. So yeah, I don't want it to interfere with anything else, so let's put some drives in there. So here we have the front of our RGBeige case. As you can see, a absolutely 90s case. We already have a floppy drive in there, floppy disk drive. So 5¼ inch floppy disk drive goes on the bottom, because I say so. Then, not this one, we are going to put our DVD burner in here, or maybe at the top here. Yep, it can go at the top, and our cd-rom drive in here. Beautiful, look at that. So we need to screw stuff in place. I'm going to leave the top 5¼ inch drive expansion bay thing unused, because we are gonna jam all the cables from the power supply that we don't need. They are gonna go in there. So this side is screwed, time to do the same thing on the other side. So it is all nice and secured. So our cards don't need any power, so I suppose we can put our power supply in there. No, maybe let's start putting some IDE cables. So yeah, let's start plugging some stuff. For our hard drive, I'm going to use this thing, which is just a regular IDE cable, but well, it is flattened, so sure. Oh, and it only has one plug. Other IDE cables have the primary and secondary channel. This is one channel only, so I guess that's a thing. This goes in here. Like so. Sure, our cable can stay in there. So optical media goes on the secondary channel, like this. And one of these plugs in here, while the other, I'm in front of the camera, but whatever, goes in here, something like this. So as you can see, cables are starting to pile, but it's not a problem, because we jam stuff in there, and that's how it works. Now we have our floppy cable. That plugs in there, and this one goes in here. This will be drive A. I have to turn this to me. I can't see what I'm doing. Something like this. And well, this one hides in there. And this will be drive B, which kind of has to twist. There you are, beautiful. Beautiful 90s cable management, yes. It is all coming back now with ribbon cables. There you are. Lovely stuff. Again, we are using the Seasonic power supply. Power supply in place. Cable hiding time. We are going to need this. SATA cables, no sir. These can go immediately in here. More SATA cables. So PCIe cable, no sir. EPS cable, nope. 4-pin EPS cable, 8-pin EPS cable. So we are basically hiding almost everything in there. So yeah, it'll be our little secret. And we have Molex. Molex we do need. Let's start plugging some stuff. We can plug our floppy disk drive with this one, maybe. You have to get up. Can't see what I'm doing. Like so. Maybe we can put this one here. And this should go to the floppy disk drive. Does it reach? We have to take this thing out of the way first. Yes, it does. Nice. This goes back in here, like so. This kind of hides in there. And now, I believe the only thing left is what? Our optical drives, maybe. One in here. Other one here. And these, once again, go to our secret compartment. Secret. So, now we should plug our 20-pin ATX cable, or our power cable. And it looks something like this. Look at that. Look at this magnificent work. Brilliant stuff. Now we need some cards. Let's start with our Sound Blaster. That I was looking at it, and this stupid thing looks brand new. I mean, look at that clean green PCB. Looks like it has never been used. So yeah, Sound Blaster goes into our ISO slot. Like this. You know what, let's secure that thing in place. And to do things left-handed. There we are. Nope. There we are. Pass-through audio cable goes to our cd-rom, not the CD recorder or CD writer. Goes to the cd-rom. If I can reach it. Cable routing. Sure. Trying to get there. Amazing. Deckard. Always forget about something. Plug in there. There we are. Nice. So pass-through audio cable is connected. Network card goes in here. Why not? Get the crap. Get in there. There we are. There it is. And now we have our crown jewel, which is our Voodoo 3000 that has a noise blocker fan. The fan will plug in here in our dedicated AGP fan header, like so. This will come over here, and our Voodoo plugs in there. Ah yes, what an amazing work. Fantastic. There we are. I suppose we are all set and ready to test this thing. We even have an exhaust fan, which is cool. Again, airflow was not a thing back in the day, but well, it is cool because, well, the Voodoo runs hot. Maybe I'll put an intake fan in the future, again, because of the Voodoo card, nothing else. So, yeah, let's, no, you know what, before we plug this thing on, let's put some case badges. Here we have a very black and very shiny 3DFX case badge. There you go. Does it have a plastic? Oh yes, it does. Very nice. I guess we are peeling a case badge of some sort. Everything was going well until now. Ah, there we are. So, ooh, it has a texturized finish. This is perfect to go in here. I know this is for the brand, but whatever. Our Voodoo 3 is the king of the party, so we're gonna put the 3DFX case badge in there. There we are. Ah, yes. Look at that. Some truly satisfying stuff. Look at that. Can you see? There you go. Of course, we also have a Deckard Games piece of paper. That will go in here, maybe. So this will go in here. Like so. It is just a normal sticker saying Deckard Games. Magnificent. So as I was saying, I don't have a Pentium II case badge, so if you have one, it doesn't need to be new, it can be used. Let me know, because, well, I would like to put a Pentium II case badge around here, somewhere, maybe in here, on the side, but whatever. So, case badges, why not? And so things are plugged and connected, and well, our PC build thing is still open on the side because we are ready to give it a try. And I ended up swapping the Deckard Games logo there to a bigger one. They are all like this. I just got the other one a little bit smaller, but I like it like this. So let's power it on in 3, 2, 1. We have 90s noises. Our Voodoo 3 was there. Pentium 2 running at 350 megahertz. And I saw 128 megabytes of RAM. Date is okay. So it detects our hard drive. Drive A, 1.44 megabytes. Drive B, 1.2. Okay, I think I said earlier this was a 1.44. No, this is a regular 1.44 megabytes. This is a 1.2. So yeah, boot sequence, floppy first, yeah. I say everything is A-okay. So Windows 98 boot disk. Let's get out of here. Yeah, our Voodoo 3 3000 BIOS. There you go, 128 megabytes of RAM. Our cd-rom is detected, our CD writer also. Let's see if the floppy disk drive works, because I'm using the one that was already in the case. It seems like it works, and indeed it does. It is making the correct 90s noises. Get in there. These were some sounds from the late 90s. Well, we got an error reading from the floppy disk. It's trying it again. And well, I suppose it needs a little bit of cleaning, because, well, it's ended up doing its thing. And it is reading, by the way. Do we have a B drive? Is this thing working? I guess not. Oh, yes it is. Well, another one that needs cleaning, I guess. Because, well, maybe the drive wasn't ready. Because, well, it is reading now. It is just a DOS 3.3 system disk. Let me check that again. So drive A is reading, and drive B is also reading. Awesome, awesome stuff. Everything is going great, so yeah. Let's remove this. And we are ready to go through the process of installing Windows 98 for PCs, the second edition. So I'm not gonna bother you with the Windows 98 installation process. Let us just check that this thing is reading. Yes, indeed it is. So we are going to install Windows 98, install all the drivers and stuff, and by pure magic, this will be the fastest Windows 98 installation. And so Windows 98 is installed. Our side panel is back in its place, and now it is producing less noise because, well, the Intel CPU stock fan thing makes quite a few noise, but whatever. It is what it is. Maybe I'll deal with that in a future video, who knows. Of course, Microsoft Windows 98 is booting. And there we are. There we have some lovely Windows 98 music with our welcome screen. Let's hear this jazz bass, almost pornographic music, because, well, after all, well, this is PC porn for me. Okay, that's enough. So Windows 98 is installed, and I have to say, I kid you not, this was probably the smoothest Windows 98 installation I have ever made. Here we have our Voodoo. Can't get enough of this 3D FX animation. As I was saying, it was the smoothest Windows installation I have ever done. Look at this, all the components installed quite nicely, because, well, Windows 98 sometimes craps out with Ethernet cards and whatnot, And I just had this little folder here, which I named DFI, after the board, Diamond Flower Interactive. I think I said earlier in the video this was a gigabyte board, I believe. Did I say? I don't know. If I did, that was wrong. This is a DFI board. They made pretty cool boards back in the day with the LAN party stuff and whatnot. So yeah, just a DFI folder. And well, 3DFX drivers, DirectX, our Intel 440BX, and we have some LAN drivers, and everything installed nice and tidy. We already have some games, because of course we have to try games after all. That's what PCs were made to. And we have drive A, drive B, our C drive, which has plenty of space, 9 gigabytes in use, and 22 gigabytes available. And we also have our 2 optical media drives. So yeah, everything is a-okay. So I guess the only thing left to do is to play games. So yeah, let's put this thing into its proper work, because well, we have a Voodoo 3 in there, so we have to play games.
Have you heard anything about Kate Walker?
No, sir. Nothing yet.
She should have been back in New York several weeks ago.
I'm afraid she's too far gone. We're losing her. She ain't gonna be coming back.
Call her.
Welcome to Romansburg, the last town before the vast wild glacial wastes of the tundra.
Well done. And now your faithful servant Imps will carry back your gold to Dungeon Heart. Once here, it can be spent. The golden scale atop the screen keeps track of your reserves. Excellent work, Keeper. You are ready to recruit more creatures to your cause. See? A portal near your Dungeon Heart, to where your imps must dig. They'll claim this portal to be yours. You'll see what beasts emerge. The hatchery. A place where creatures feed on favored food. The eggs will hatch and chickens then emerge to satisfy their appetites. Behold your portal, the gate through which new creatures enter your domain, drawn forth to use the rooms which you provide. Look well, a goblin has entered your domain. On his own, he is a cowardly beast, but in a horde becomes a useful fighting force. The Lair, a place of rest where creatures sleep to calm their tempers and restore their health. Good. Now build.
Away, Keeper! You shall not taint Smilesville with your evil ways!
Bravo, Keeper. Lord Antonius is fallen. The portal gem lies aside his helpless form, in wait for Horny to collect it so it's yours. And hunting on.
Hello, Gordon Freeman. It's good to see you.
HEV Mark IV protective system for use in hazardous environmental conditions. High impact reactive.
It's good to see you. Gordon, here you are. We just sent the sample down to the test chamber.
We've boosted the anti-mass spectrometer to 105%.
Access denied.
Resolution.
I'm afraid we'll be deviating a bit from standard analysis procedures today, Gordon.
Access
Yes, but with good reason. This is a rare opportunity for us. This is the purest sample we've seen yet.
How bad could it be, Ben?
According to NORAD, we've got Soviet aircraft coming at us from all directions and ground troops pushing up through Mexico. I don't know how they snuck in on us.
Take it, baby! Show me the way. Where's the party? Yeah, baby!
Unit promoted. Unit lost.
Take it, baby! Moving out, boss. Take it, baby! Moving out, boss. Yeah, baby! Take it, baby! On my way.
New construction options. Training.
On the move!
Unit ready.
On the move! Need a repair? Moving!
Unit ready. Bridge repaired. Unit ready.
Moving out!
Unit ready. Unit ready.
Anytime, boss. Moving out.
Unit ready.
Moving out, boss.
Watch out for those petroleum barrels.
Locked
They seem
and loaded.
highly unstable.
Yeah, baby! Locked and loaded.
Unit ready.
Locked and loaded.
And so this is it for another retro build here on the channel. There are a few things that maybe we'll address in the future. Well, construction is going outside, is going on, but whatever. As I was saying, there are a few things that probably we will address in the future. I don't know, maybe get a faster CPU, maybe the fastest Pentium II out there, and with a quieter fan, because why not? And maybe swap the sound card, because while we were playing, I have my PC, my modern PC there, which is capturing sound, and when nothing is happening, there is a lot of noise in the sound card. But yeah, I don't know if the Sound Blaster 5.1 was already a thing by this time. I believe it was in the late 90s, 98, 99 maybe, or maybe 2000. So maybe we can get a Sound Blaster live in here. Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see it in the future. For now, I am pleased with the results. Very beautiful machine, as you can see, and it is a I don't know. It is just a love letter from the 90s, and for now it will be like it is. So if you enjoyed this video, leave it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, well, I'm sorry about that, so leave it a thumbs up anyway. You can follow me on social media if you want to, because social media is a thing nowadays. Please consider subscribing to the channel, because your support is always, but always, very, very much appreciated. Well, I'll see you in my next video. Check out the others on the channel if you feel like it, and until then, please do take care.